Hello, and welcome to Admit One. There's some rigmarole, but it's been 8 months.
There's no rigmarole.
And I have no idea. Because all of the rigmarole was based upon where you could find us. And the woods these days, I think, is more likely than on a stream.
Under multiple rocks.
Just, legs. Yes, legs. Hi. How have you all been?
That's because it's remarkably warm.
Yes, it is. We're streaming live from the sun.
A volcano on the sun.
Yes, yeah. A volcano on the sun. Socks with padded heels. Because squishy. Jorts for all. Can't go wrong. We have returned. We have fought against computer error. We have swum against the tidal wave of misery to bring you the review and ranking of Captain America: A Brave New World. But first, we have something unprecedented to do.
You explain.
We have to apologize and correct ourselves for the nonsense that is whatever drugs we were taking when we ranked and reviewed Deadpool and Wolverine. If you'd like to bring it up here.
Fancy new graphic for you.
The fancy new graphic. As you can see, if you can see, because we barely can, that Deadpool and Wolverine is currently in 10th place.
That was a grave error.
A grave error of presumably having taken heroin or like PCP or something, because we were fucking insane. And I vote that we put it in 15th instead.
We
right above Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes, I unanimously agree with you on that. That's completely the wrong position. I don't know what we were doing.
I think we just went, ha, funny.
Yeah. And for the first time we'd had an MCU movie in a while where we went, pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So we were a bit erect, or just we'd been snorting every drug.
It was also the one where we attempted a different video format.
It was.
Attempted and failed a different video format.
I don't think we failed.
No one liked it.
Oh, fair. I liked it, so fuck them.
That's true. I also liked it.
Yeah.
It was also substantially easier to make that entire video than what it's been setting up this stream.
It's true.
But yes, I agree with you. Deadpool Wolverine's in the wrong place. We're going to move it into 15.
Would that be 15? Yeah, everything goes up one, so yes, into 15. Into slot 15.
Wonderful. Perfect. Now that's agreed and dealt with. Back to the show as normal.
Back to the show as normal. Yes, Captain America: A Brave New World, released years ago, I think. I don't know. It feels... Time doesn't make sense now that we don't have this, to me.
Yeah.
Because I used to just track my life by episodes.
Yeah, it's how you knew it was the weekend.
so yeah, it was how. Yeah, exactly. Another week has passed. I'm sat here talking into a microphone to no one.
Yeah.
That's how I knew a week had passed. But now, according to me, this last 6 months has been a weekend.
It doesn't feel like that at all.
Not quite. A couple of weeks. It feels like since we did the end of year show. That was the last time we did any form of anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are your overall thoughts? We literally just watched it.
It's been such a long time since I've seen the film. I've really got to think about it.
Yeah. We literally just sat down and watched it. That's why we're a bit late, because timings didn't work out quite as expected. But
yeah, there was some carnage with some Chinese food and I say a long fight with a computer. I was distracted by Chinese food, so my thoughts may be...
Only for the first 10 minutes.
That's true. I thought that was some kind of new speed. Is what she did.
A new hectomile per hour.
Overall, not the worst MCU movie. It's fine.
No, far from,
It's entertaining within itself. I don't think it's particularly exhilarating. It's not one I'd pick to rewatch. If I was just like... someone just said to me, Kristian, you can watch an MCU film this evening, which one would it be? It certainly wouldn't be this.
No, the correct answer would be Guardians 3, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that.
It's remarkably similar. Hannah made the joke in the Discord earlier. It is remarkably similar in kind of feel and plot to Winter Soldier.
I don't think plot so much, but I guess kind of.
More in terms of like...
I'd say it's more Civil War than it is.
Yeah, it's kind of an amalgamation of both of them.
Because it is brainwashed friend did something, but not of his own volition.
Yeah.
That's the plot of Civil War.
But the Winter Soldier thing for me is, again, brainwashed soldier does an attack. Then they go to a secret military base where a smart man from a previous movie appears and manipulates them.
That's Civil War.
Is this Civil War?
Yeah. He's not from a previous movie.
Am I getting my Captain America's confused?
Winter Soldier doesn't have anyone from a previous. This is Robert
it does.
Redford.
No, it does. It has Glasses Man.
Who?
The little German scientist.
Oh,
He goes to the base and he's on a tape machine.
Oh, yes, but he's not the main villain.
No, he's not the main.
He's just
villain,
a computer.
But he's a previous villain from a previous film.
Yeah, I forgot about that. To be fair.
But you're right, it's an amalgamation of both the movies. It's fine. This is fine. It's not a bad film. Nothing sticks out as being a real problem with it. It has the same continued issue I always have with the MCU, where it doesn't really progress the MCU itself too much, but it does kind of also tie a few things up, or brings a few things in.
Daniel Bruhl is from Civil War. Not Winter Soldier.
Anyway, I think it's fine. There's a couple of giggly moments. There's no standout like jokes or anything really.
No.
Everything's kind of just above average, I think, or just about average for an MCU movie.
I agree. I think there are some things that need work. Toby Jones is who you're thinking of, yeah. Dobby.
Dobby, yeah.
No.
Fucking hell.
Did you say Dobby?
I did say Dobby.
Oh, I didn't.
Did
hear
I
you.
not? Did I think Dobby?
You might have thought. I also admit that we are now both 32.
I'll be
so
honest.
memories and hearing is not one.
It's also been a while since I've done the podcast, so I'm forgetting I have to think aloud.
Yes.
Can't just
Yes.
can't just be all up in the noggin.
Yeah,
In the old noggin.
indeed. There's some things that need work from if the Captain America franchise continues in its separate movies. There are some characters I think need changing rapidly.
Also, just spinning off of that, I will obviously let you go back to you, but just spinning off of that, I was thinking, I get why it is a Captain America movie.
Yes, he's Captain America, yes.
Yes, I just kind of wish it wasn't. I kind of wish he was Falcon and it was a Falcon movie, because it feels like it's trying to keep the Captain America movie identity. Like those movies have like a bit of a feel to them because of the
Conspiracy theory.
thriller thing and whatnot. But ultimately, it's not Captain America. Like it's not Steve Rogers. It's not Captain America. It's another character that we've already got. We have a relationship and we have an understanding of Sam, and his character, his being, his essence, his vibe. And just some of it feels almost uncanny valley, especially early on in the film, like the first fight sequence at the beginning when he's kind of doing a few Cap moves and stuff like that. It just feels a bit like, you're not Cap. I mean, that's just a me problem. It's a me problem. But I kind of think I would have liked the idea if they'd just really embarked on he's Falcon. And it's Falcon.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, obviously it's a thing in the comics where people take up mantles and what have you, but I kind of feel like it would have been better if it was
reminding me of the thing.
If it was Bucky. I would have preferred Bucky as Cap, because that does happen first. Bucky takes over, and apparently, according to Sebastian Stan, that is what he was promised would happen as well. So it's a bit of a. I do kind of, because I always preferred Bucky to Sam anyway as a character, and I also feel like I think what you were alluding to as well is that this kind of sucks away what Sam's character was and tries to turn him into Cap.
Yes.
Instead of just making it, instead of just saying, look, Sam is Captain America now, and now this is what Captain America is like. It's more Sam is Captain America now, so Sam has to act like Captain America.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which kind of takes it, because Sam was the one with a lot of the quips and a lot of the jokes and a lot of this, and now that's just been passed off to
and like the quips and jokes, or the snarky lines that Cap did have, like Steve Rogers had, the snarky cocky lines. There's some of that in this, but coming from Sam feels weird because I don't feel like Sam would say that. He would come up with something quippier. I can't remember, there's one of the fights early on, and he's trying to talk like Steve would, and I just don't feel like that'd be what Sam would say. I can't remember the line exactly. There's a particular bit of dialogue. I think it's in one of the fights against Sidewinder.
Is it the one where it's like you're more worried about your gear or something, and he does that absolutely fucking brutal kick?
There is one there, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Maybe right.
There's no. It's more brutal or something.
Oh yeah, I'm more mean or something.
More mean, yeah, or just meaner, yeah.
Yeah,
that's seems a bit more.
It's a Steve Rogers line.
Yeah,
and like, there's what is when he's fight. Oh, it's not when he's fighting Sidewinder. It's the first time he does meet Sidewinder, and he's fighting the other brute.
Yeah,
and the other brute's like, oh, the other Captain America was taller.
Yeah. Oh, sorry to disappoint.
So, yeah, sorry to disappoint, something like that. And I feel like Sam would have just turned that round to being an insult back to the guy.
Yeah.
As opposed, mind you, Sam does have one line in that when he knocks him down, and he's like, "Oh, you need a minute." Captain America, Steve would have said, "I could do this all day," but I quite like that.
And he says, "No, I've got shit to do
today." Yeah, but that's the Sam line.
Yeah,
that's the Sam line.
Yeah, there is some stuff I'm just going to jump in. I found Joaquin. Not so much this time, but the first time I watched it, I found him really fucking annoying.
Really?
It was just, he didn't say anything that wasn't a shit quip. Like, all of his dialogue is just shit one-liners. Like, not good ones either.
They kind of acknowledge that, though, because, like, Sam himself says, I've been working for 3 years, I can't work out how to shut him up. They do kind of acknowledge that.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him not annoying.
True.
Just because you know you've written an annoying character doesn't make him not annoying. Like, yeah, it's a
Jar Jar problem.
I wouldn't quite insult the man that much, but yeah, I think it was really annoying, and I really hope he shuts up a bit for Doomsday, because he is in Doomsday. I also like the army man who got brain blasted. I was mad about that.
He wasn't in it very long. I know who you mean. The guy that's like...
Oh! He got given a heart attack, actually, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know who you mean. The guy who showed up after that first fight, and then he's also the one who went to go investigate with the pills. Yeah. I like him as well. He was cool. But yeah, he was given a heart attack. It was a bit mean. A bit mean. There really isn't that. I think there is a lot of... I think the main problem of this film was they kind of used the conclusion as the marketing.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think the whole Red Hulk stuff, it could have been used. And I was saying, like watching it for a second time, because I know all of it, you can kind of, as opposed to I know just that bit, you can kind of view it from a bit more objectively, weirdly.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I feel like that this would have actually been quite a good... like, they allude to it a few times. He talks about how you could wipe out the fleet with your bare hands. You see in the submarine, or not in the submarine, on the destroyer, his eyes going and he starts to grow. They kind of hint at it. So it would have been cool to just figure it out as you were going.
It's a conspiracy theory spy thriller where you know the outcome, you know the result, you know the thing, you know what they're doing,
the outcome, and like if you're a Marvel fan and you've not necessarily a Marvel fan, but if you're a big Marvel fan and you follow all of this stuff, you knew, I can't remember his name, but the actor who plays Sam Stearns from Incredible Hulk was in it.
Yeah,
they brought him out for like the Comic-Con panels and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, we now know who you're going to be.
Yeah.
And they played him as like a surprise.
Yeah.
In
well, yeah, that's
as
it.
Well. So it's just like, well, it's not a surprise because we know who you are. We know you're in it.
The whole plot's written as if it's supposed to be a twist, and it's a mystery, and that you think other things are going on, and then you find out it's that. That's how the whole plot's written. You know, you think Sidewinder's the main villain, and then there's this plot.
Talk about a waste.
Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, we'll get into that. Because I could talk about that for a while. But it creates two problems. It does. It creates two problems. One problem is one we've just discussed, is that there's then no surprise. So when that comes, it's just like, yep, I knew that was coming. But the other problem it creates, at least for me on the first watch, wasn't so much that time because obviously I'd seen the whole plot. But when I was first watching it, it was like, when are you just going to do the thing?
Yeah,
Just get on with the thing.
Yeah.
I know all this hamming about of waiting for, No, I know you're going to do it, so just fucking do it.
That's one of the... This is why I think marketing and trailers and all of that kind of stuff needs to be done by the director of the movie.
This is what I've been saying, like even about the video game world, of like marketing and stuff is just as, if not more important than the product itself. Mm-hmm. All of it is. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, we're in a world right now, we're in a time frame in our lives. The last
just
7
spoil
years,
the shit out of it.
Yeah, no one knows how to actually market anymore. No one knows how to do it. And it's because of the way they're marketing to get TikTok clicks and stuff like that, and a clip that can be shared and get views up that way. That's the way they're marketing. They're not marketing for the movie itself, because they make more money on fucking everything else. I hate it. And it's the main cause of why we stopped doing these shows.
That's not true.
The computer's the main cause.
Yeah. That's not true either. I think it's no one watched it.
Well, but that's because we hated this.
Well, yeah, we hated TikTok and shit. Yeah, it's Jack. I saw a teaser the other day for a film that's starting production. I thought Jack would be so mad at this. Fucking correct.
Yes, just don't talk about it.
What? Okay, it's starting production. Whoop-de fucking do. That means nothing in terms of a film ever come out.
What shit I'm gonna do tomorrow?
Very true.
Be better than
very
that
true. Me changing matter from chow mein to feces is occurring. It's in production. It's happening. It's happening. Who knows? It might be mid-show. It won't. Digestion doesn't happen that fast. But still, I agree with you entirely. The whole TikTok side of things is absolutely why we couldn't be bothered. Because we couldn't be bothered. There's a big thing as well.
That's the main thing.
It's that, and we couldn't be bothered because this takes time. Yep. People don't realise, and I know everyone here realises just because of how much we fucking complain about it. And
we are also, by the way, like not even half-arsing it. We're like a fifth arsing it in terms of the level of effort and time we're putting in.
Well, yeah, we are now.
Yes.
At the time, when we were going fucking full hog on it, we absolutely weren't, because we were... Yeah, I never saw my bed. It was just here all the time.
Saw mine a lot, though.
Still do. In fact, I see it more.
You saw my headboard, anyway.
And the ceiling. Yes. Anyway, moving along.
Just found reason number 4 we stopped doing this show.
That was the reason we did the show.
Oh, fucking hell.
Look at how you watch already.
I had a notification.
I thought you were like, get me out of here. Get me out of here.
I didn't have this the last time we did the old shows.
No, it was my watch that kept causing problems.
Mine isn't dinging, though, is it?
No, but...
fucking dickhead.
You and your pens. Anyway, Captain America, his second suit sucks. Anyway.
Yes, it does. It does.
Another thing where they've just gone make him a bit more like Steve.
Yeah.
Is they've taken his unique suit from the comics, from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and from the beginning of this movie, and just gone, yeah, blue again. Mm-hmm. Fuck off. The white was cool. The white and blue was cool. It suited him. Suits the character. Looks better in the Falcon mode with all the wings out and everything. Go fuck yourself with your fucking nanotech helmet. Look shit. Get rid of him. I saw an interview on, like, if you get invited by any of to Daredevil, if you get invited by any of the Avengers, please make sure that he doesn't have a nanotech helmet. And I was like, I agree. I will lose my mind if just...
I think Daredevil everyone unanimously hates the nanotech.
Yeah, it looks shit. It's lazy. It's also just like, he dropped his vibranium helmet the second he got into gunfire. Mm-hmm. Just so we could see his fucking face. We're aware of what he looks like. He's been in many movies. Mm-hmm. It's stupid. I hate the way the politics of movies works to the point where it affects the movie. It's so stupid. So unbelievably stupid.
Talking of unbelievably stupid, let's deal with the whole waste.
Talk about Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Oh,
I'm not getting into that. The wasted casting of Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes.
One of the best character villain actors of all time.
100%.
always nails his performances.
Yep.
Side character.
Yeah, it's not even a fucking side character at this point. He was in like, what, 3 scenes? Mental. And
Good in the scenes he's in.
very good in the scenes he's in. It's the same with I think he was underutilized in Far Cry as well.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
the only time he's been used properly is in Breaking Bad, which is how everybody found out about him. And they've just gone, oh, get him in. So make him a proper fucking character. Make him a villain. You could have someone like Giancarlo Esposito, you could have be a very formidable, long-running villain in a franchise like this.
Yes, well, that's what he is in Breaking Bad, to be fair.
Oh,
That's what works about him. Is that...
Yeah, and they have left it in a place where we could see him again, but even so, it's just like, why?
They've also not used him in a way, like, what he's good at is that fierce intelligence type villain.
Yes, but he was just the mercenary.
It's just a mercenary that could talk well.
So
That's not his strength as an actor. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame to see that. I also wanted to ask you about a slightly different slightly different thing here. What's your thoughts on Harrison Ford taking over from? Oh my God, the actor's name has escaped me. William
Hurt.
Thank you. That all myself with no assistance whatsoever. What's your thoughts on Harrison Ford taking?
Don't like it. I think it's really hypocritical considering the approach they've taken with Chadwick Boseman and the stance they've taken on with Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa. I think it's really hypocritical.
Business level aside, from a performance from him.
Oh, I see. Like he's fine. He's fine. I don't think he does anything outrageously good. He's definitely not bad in the film by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think
So here's my thing.
he's outstanding.
I like his performance. I enjoyed watching him in this. But plays that character nothing like Thaddeus Ross. Nothing like how William Hurt played him. I don't see the characters at all.
No, that's probably why they tried to hammer home so much how much he's changed.
Yeah, and they
as
also
a
really
person.
drive home early on, like reminding you that this is supposed to be this person.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be this
They
person.
even gave him that really bad fake mustache
Yeah.
in
Yes.
one of the press conference videos.
Yeah. It's fresh. Obviously, this isn't like that's not like Disney's fault or Marvel's fault so much. Like they were obviously intending on doing this, and the actor sadly passed away. And well, how do we make it work without having to make a whole new thing?
Yeah.
That is what it is. And I do think he's a good. I think if he had always been Thaddeus Ross, I think it would have been brilliant. You know, I would love to have seen how this would have been played out, how it would have been played by William Hurt, because he played Thaddeus Ross every time we did see him as quite a straight man.
Yeah.
It was a very straight performance all the time, which is again not criticism. That's just how it was. But then this plot allows you to be a bit less straight with it because of what's happening. So it'd been interesting to see how he would have played it, or how he would have played being Red Hulk and the transition, all that kind of stuff. Would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah. No, it would have been interesting for sure. It would have been very interesting to see Red Hulk have a mustache. I would have been in. I would have been sold. I think it would have made him far more villainous. Just that splash more Hitlery.
Hitler was famously red.
Exactly.
Side note, unrelated. If we're gonna keep doing this, we need to do something about these.
What do you mean?
Because this is annoying me having to carry this around.
Oh, okay. I mean, fair enough. I'm not overly.
Well, yours is smaller and lighter. So's your
phased
mic
by it.
stand and mic.
Fair. I mean, the only solutions are expensive.
Yeah, the solutions are we buy lavalier microphones, or I buy one of those.
Oh, one of these. That's.
Which I should do anyway, because this one's fucked.
I mean, I could do that.
Yes, but mine's not supposed to do that.
Yes, I know. But that's because you bought a hound
Yeah.
that ate everything and was breaking my heart earlier. Oh, God. Looking out the window at her friends playing in the field while we were forcing her to watch Brave New World. Anyway. Why did it take them so long, Sam in particular, to figure out that an entity had, or a different person had mind controlled somebody into committing an act when his best friend is James Buchanan the fuck Barnes?
Thank you, praise be Jesus, for saying the obvious.
It should have been your first thought.
It was also very early given away. Like, I remember, like, the first...
I heard the song
Yes.
the first time I watched the movie. I heard the song,
Wasn't even the song. Like,
and I just went,
there are
controlled.
people saying keywords.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
There are people saying keywords when they're all walking around the thing beforehand, and there's things being said to him, and like just the odd random. It's like an odd random
But they
word.
said it was the lights.
Yeah, and there's some keywords going as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it's like, must be mind controlled. As you say, as soon as the song starts, it's like mind control.
Yeah.
It's the mind control, and there's a Winter Soldier right there. This is only going to go like only one thing is going to happen. And yeah, none of them clock it.
None of the Winter
None of
Soldiers
them clock
were
it. Well, they even refer to. They refer to him as a. They refer to
Bradley.
Yeah, they refer to him as a Winter Soldier.
They refer to him as Captain America,
They refer to him as Captain America. You are correct. I apologise. I take back the slap.
Yeah. I mean, this. To be fair, I think a lot of this film probably feels a little bit off because it got bastardized.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff that gets chopped around and edited, and it went through multiple phases. One of them being that Ruth character was meant to be a much bigger player. That's why you see her for no reason in a super suit.
Oh, when does that happen? Right.
When they arrive at the destroyer on the Indian Ocean, under her jacket there's like an actual suit.
All right. Okay.
And that's because everybody just went, no, you can't have someone who just happened to be born in Israel. And it's Disney bowed down to that shit, despite playing the race card constantly.
Yes.
They just went, no. Your race, your people don't actually count. Yes, because
They're also quite happy to build a theme park in Dubai where 70% of the world's population isn't welcome.
yes, yeah. What money? Not that I think all these people that call for boycotts and would have called for that character to be removed, I probably would never have seen the movie anyway, or
Still, yeah.
just watched it anyway, because all of these people are fucking idiots. Challenged, so we say, eau de retard. Anyway,
I smell of being late.
exactly. I said that's why I said it in French, because I can get. Yes.
Ah, it's a French language joke for you there. We've come a very long way on this channel.
Very upper class. Very upper class on this. Long are the days of egg. But
And socks.
and socks.
We did have a cameo, which means we do have call for Faust.
He did show up.
I actually hated the way they included his cameo, by the way.
Really? Why?
Because he's not like a character that we don't see often at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a fair amount of the MCU movies.
I'm trying to think of when he would have last. Faust would have been the last time he showed up, though.
Yeah, but it was also the last time we saw Sam.
Oh, Fairfax.
So it's not like it's been like, oh, those times since we've seen this person. And obviously he's coming up, Thunderbolts was
He's in
due.
Thunderbolts.
So was the next film coming. And he's in a lot of the others. Because he's in all
Last
three.
film he was in was Endgame. Yeah.
Yes, but he's in all three Captain Americas. 4 Captain Americas,
four
if you
Captain
include this
Americas,
one.
yeah, well.
He's in the last 2 Avengers movies.
That's it. Oh, and Faust.
And Faust. So it's a fair few things still.
Technically, he's in Black Panther as well. Actually.
And yes, that's true. Yes, he is technically in Black Panther. So he's a relatively regular character. And they kind of, just before they reveal him, they really tease of who's about to come through this door. Like it's going to be some big, oh yeah, it's fucking, okay. I just felt like it was going to be a bigger person coming through the door. Do you know what I thought?
There are none left.
Well, that's this is me being A, overthinking it, and B, just thinking the level of insane things they're just doing in this show now. I was fully expecting when I was watching this in the cinema that it was going to be Steve Rogers. I was fully expecting it was going to be old man Steve.
That would have been quite cool, to be fair.
It would have been fucking better.
Oh, yeah. Chris Evans is doing a press junket for a new movie at the moment that he's in with Pedro Pascal.
Yes, and what's
Dakota Johnson.
That's the one.
I will admit, because I see like a lot of just who I follow and what have you, I see a lot of press junket stuff. Although I've never really watched a movie and gone, I like Dakota Johnson. This press junket is where we go, I enjoy.
Yeah,
she's fucking funny. I find her thoroughly amusing.
Have you seen the clip where like she's receiving an award for something and her dress breaks open and she like catches her dress and she's like on stage at the Oscars or something?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh well, you've seen them. We've all seen them anyway.
That's she was on Hot Ones.
I've seen some of these clips.
And she's just saying to Sean Evans, who's the host of Hot Ones, she's like, you don't look like you're doing so well. And he's like, yeah, well, I mean, I do this a lot, but I'm not a superhero. And she goes, neither am I. Tried, failed. And I appreciate that. But anyway, he's they're doing that press junket. Pedro Pascal is in that movie as well. Ooh. And he's obviously disappeared mid-junket to go and start Doomsday.
What, Pedro Pascal?
Yeah. Pedro Pascal's disappeared mid-junket, and Chris Evans is still going around, and he's just like, yeah. And I just saw this clip. Like, yeah, Pedro's just gone to go and play with all my old friends.
I'm sure they'd have you back.
I'm sure they would as well. To be fair, at this point, like the movies he's been picking, I'm sure the money's drying up.
I'd have him back.
Oh, yeah. Like, at this point, if you're going to give me the shit, at least give me the good characters.
Well, this is it. So I think so much of the shit also comes from the not being characters we care about. And, like, I never felt like they needed to write any of these characters out. I don't think they ever, like, in the sense of, I know the actors wanted to move on, but from the content perspective, I don't think the characters needed to go.
No, not
it wasn't like, oh, we've had that's enough of Captain America. I could happily have more Steve Rogers all the time. I could happily have more Stark. I could have more.
Yeah, for sure. It obviously was just an actor's choice.
But hey, everyone else is coming back. Steve, Chris.
But I think
everyone else is coming back. Everyone else is still there.
I think what is also quite amusing as well is apparently Scarlett Johansson asked to have her producer credits struck from Thunderbolts. Yeah. I was like, it's significantly better than the movie you made.
She did do, yeah.
Like,
but I think, from what I saw, it's because she didn't really have anything to do with it.
Yeah, I can't really. Like, she seems to have just offhandedly badmouth Marvel quite a lot. Because she decided to release a movie during COVID and it went to streaming.
Yes, I remember all of that fiasco.
Oh well, don't release a movie during a fucking worldwide shutdown. Then, not that was up to her, but yeah. Anyway, also Florence Pugh's better. Anyway, but at being a widow, just everything. Yelena is much better than Natasha as a character, I think.
I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. So.
Yeah, but you've seen her enough.
I mean, I'm never going to complain about Florence Pugh.
Exactly. She's great in Black Widow. Pudge.
Yes, Flo Pudge. Yeah.
She's great in Black Widow. She's great in Hawkeye. She continues to be great in Thunderbolts, which we will talk about eventually whenever it comes to Disney Plus.
She's great for everything I've seen her in. Another thing that sort of I think is a disappointment about this movie, I should say. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the right term, but what keeps it back into this just average fine thing. I don't feel like any of like the action sequences or fight sequences or anything are particularly outstanding.
They feel really floaty.
Yes.
There's something about Sam that feels really floaty on his when he's doing his cap moves and stuff at the very beginning. I do quite like the Indian Ocean one around Tiamat and the Celestial Island.
That's actually quite a sick sequence. Obviously, bringing the Celestial Island into it is really good as well. We've actually missed a really big MCU overall thing here, which we should come back to, which is the adamantium. We should talk about that. But bringing Celestial Island into it, I think, is really good because the Eternals do exist. Okay, I don't know why they've just neglected to that movie.
People didn't like it.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not.
Again, it's not. I don't think it's the characters that's the problem there. I think there's some interesting characters and interesting things they were setting up.
I agree, but they don't know how to respond to negativity.
That really hot Scottish guy.
The one who killed himself?
Yeah, more of him, please. It's Icarus who went to the sun. He'll be around. I reckon he's just hovering around the sun like, fuck, it's nice up here, isn't it?
I think the whole point was he wanted to die.
Getting a tan.
He's a robot. It went into the sun, I think.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
He'll be fine. Just come back a bit
Robot
rusty.
is a really, general term. But
more of him. I like him. Even if we have to multiverse him, that's fine. Yes.
I
Richard
think
Madden.
if we got any of them back, and remember Harry Styles shows up.
Harry Styles shows up
as Thanos' brother.
Yeah, you've got fucking the other man from Game of Thrones who's supposed to have a bigger part because he's got this special sword. Kit
Harington, yeah.
That stuff going. There's loads of things going on with there. They're just
that was also set up with Blade, so
yes,
that's never going to happen.
Yep.
Blade's not coming out.
And what's his face? The other funny guy.
Barry Keoghan.
Not him, but yes, also him. Although he should be disowned for wasting Sabrina Carpenter. No, what's the guy? The funny guy. The funny man, the gun man.
Kamal Nanjiani.
Yes, him. Thank you. His name would escape me completely. So just more of those. Fine.
No, you fucking see him fly into the... No, never mind.
Well, you see him fly towards the sun. The sun's a long way away. He could have absolutely detoured. You wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, but the whole there was fire building up around... No, never mind. But yeah. It was very much implied that he flew into the sun.
Implied.
Oh, shut up. We're not getting any more Eternals anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Nobody liked that movie. Nobody liked fucking mind-washed Angelina Jolie. And for some reason, everybody just sat there and watched the best live-action depiction of super speed we've ever seen and gone, nah.
Oh, yes, madness.
Let's watch The Flash instead, where it looks like he's fucking fallen over. Fucking what a piece of shit movie and a piece of shit person who plays the fucking set them on fire.
You can go and join Icarus.
Yeah. Throw them into the sun.
I've lost my train of thought now. I'm going off one. Yeah, so it was nice having the Eternals that included. Remembering they exist. I enjoyed that. But yeah, that fight sequence is quite good. The sort of dogfighting thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. But yeah, otherwise it was all of his punching and kicking was like really floaty. It was really weird. The exception was actually during the assassination attempt.
Yes.
In the White House when he's not in the suit, but that was mostly Joaquin and Ruth absolutely kicking ass, despite the fact that she's 2'1".
Yes,
she's a small person. She's a pocket pal, if you will.
There were some moments though in that Indian Ocean fight where I'm sorry, you're not surviving that, Sam.
There is a lot of that because he's Captain America, but the whole argument is going to be he's in vibranium. He
does a barrel roll and his wing hits a missile they're like nuclear fucking warhead. I don't think they're nuclear.
They're not.
But they're like missile warheads. Explodes and he just flies away.
The argument to that would be vibranium.
Yeah, well, eat my vibranium ass.
Oh.
Anyway, adamantium's a thing now.
Adamantium is a thing now. I bet they do nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many phases do you think we need to go through before that comes up again?
God knows, because fuck knows how long it's going to be before we actually... It's going to be decades before we get our own actual X-Men within this universe. So, absolutely. There was a couple of flourishes, actually. We did flourish during the movie. But it's going to be a long-ass time before that, because they're still too busy fucking around with bringing all of the geriatric fox fuckers. Not as in they fornicate with wild canine creatures, as in they are fuckers that have been brought over from the Fox studios. But we're not here to talk about my utter disdain for what they've announced as the Doomsday Cast, but until they get over all of that nonsense, we're not going to get our own MCU 616 X-Men.
Sorry, geriatric fox fuckers really tickled me.
But yeah,
that's a t-shirt
with zero context.
Old man fucking the Fox logo. Oh, fucking hell.
Elderly canine fornicators. Is that the fornicators are elderly, or that the canines are elderly? Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe all of them are elderly.
Maybe this is just what goes on in homes. You never know. You don't know these days, do you? But yeah, that's. I do. There's some stuff I think is this movie would have come across better, as we said, if the marketing wasn't so utter horseshit. There is some stuff in there that I quite like, but overall, it's not the best. It wasn't, as you said, I'm not rushing out to go and watch it again. Where I wasn't excited to watch it again, even though I knew we would have to for this. Yeah. But I think I am genuinely just looking forward to watching Thunderbolts again.
Right, okay. I do think actually, like, the main big problem, I actually do think the biggest problem is the fact that the marketing
I agree.
What the plot was.
I think I agree.
Because actually, if you try to look at that really objectively, and if you really think about how the film would play out if you didn't know that was the case, it is actually quite well written.
Yeah, no, I agree. Other than them taking forever to figure out the mind control thing.
Yeah.
But I agree.
It's kind of like the little bits of the hinting you're getting towards it, the way they're working it out as you're going along with it, like in terms of what's going to happen to what the overall plan is.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is teased and built upon really well when you're given a little clue. So yeah, you're right. If you really were going into it not knowing that was a thing, I actually think it's probably a far better experience.
No, I agree. I completely agree. And as I said, I actually think this was better watching it this time because I don't really know how to explain it. But because you know the whole thing, not just the end, you can look at it from more of an outside perspective, what could have been.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think...
Because like I say, when I
preferred it.
I spent the entire time just going, so when are you going to do the thing then?
Mm-hmm, yeah. So I preferred it this time.
No, I agree with you.
I think it was actually... I think it was better this time, 100%. And it's far from the worst. It's far from the worst MCU movie, 100%. It's going to take a miracle to be shitter than Love and Thunder.
But, yeah.
Like an absolute miracle. So I presume Thor 5 when that comes out. But I think one of the biggest problems is Sam being Cap. I don't feel like he's enough to carry a film. I feel like he's a great side character. I don't necessarily agree. I agree with the way, like, as we were saying earlier, the way that he portrayed Cap and the way that they altered Sam. But I think Sam on his own, like as Sam, is enough to carry.
And I think if they focused on that and they focused on Sam's going to headline this film as Sam, as the Falcon, and they wrote the film around that, I think it could work. Because I don't disagree with you, Hannah, in a sense. I don't think he carries the film. I don't think he carries this film, at least. No. Whereas Steve Rogers would have done. Mm-hmm. I think Steve Rogers would have carried the film.
Yeah, well, he does. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
He is charm personified in Winter Soldier. Less so in Civil War, but that's because I think he's being a dick and he's wrong.
Yeah, and also you're also lucky enough with Civil War, you've got a situation where there's so many other characters in it.
For sure.
You've got Robert Downey and stuff like that. He doesn't need to carry the film.
No. Yeah.
So,
and it's kind of the point. The whole disagree with each other, have arguments about who you think is right watching the movie. Like, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. I mean, Civil War is still like top 5 in our list.
It's fucking outstanding.
Yeah, so
should we go watch that now? That'd be fucking outstanding. That would...
on your TV. Oh. Yes, and let's toss each other off.
I tell you what, that was first of all, I was already thinking that. I just chose not to make the joke. I was gonna make a joke about we'll go watch Civil War and hold each other's cocks. That's the joke I was gonna make. Fucking hell, we're bad people.
No, but just funny. Willies are funny.
Completely lost my train of thought.
Something about Civil War.
Fuck. because you're making the comment about on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
That film looked remarkably bland on my TV.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
Because I've watched some stuff on my TV which made me, that has even recently still made me go, oh, fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
Clarkson's Farm a couple of times had me going, oh, fucking hell. So, remarkably bland. The only scene that looked in any way impressive visually was, I'm going to answer that in a minute.
I just, because, yeah.
I've got so many jokes I could go for. I'm trying to pick one. What was that Indian Ocean fight scene?
Yeah, that did look good, yeah.
The colours were really good on it.
Yeah.
Full screen as well, because they're not doing that stupid
Nearly,
letterboxing shit. Yes.
Nearly.
Looks way better.
I don't understand why they don't all go. I hate the argument of we want to.
I don't buy it.
We use this aspect ratio and we did this to invoke this particular feeling. I'm like, having less screen doesn't invoke a feeling other than what? Like, just if you want. What they do for the IMAX ones was nearly so. There's like that much black bar gets you the best of both.
Yes,
because I do agree because we've been trained to view it this way. Fully full screen movies look weird.
They look cheaper.
Yeah, they don't look. They look so propery.
Yeah,
like cheap
because they look
network TV. Yeah. So you have the tiny little black bars on the top and the bottom, and that gives you the best of both worlds.
Aspect ration.
I've seen aspect ration invoke many a feeling in you too. No, you've seen aspect ratios invoke rage.
And occasional disappointment.
Or occasional glee when they do it right.
Yeah.
So there's only one positive emotion that you can invoke. And literally the first time it moved in, we both just went, look, this is a movie what it's supposed to fucking look like. But yeah, they do it all the time. So we did this to invoke this. No, that wasn't the fucking aspect ratio though. Yes. I literally just fucking said it, but okay. Whatever.
Have you picked a quip to come back to about the comment about Millie saying what?
I was going to say she did actually leave mid Captain America.
Did leave.
Yeah, so yeah.
I had many different jokes. I was going to go about one that she cheers us on or she sets the pace.
She holds the stopwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is fair. But words. I don't think there's much else to.
Hey, well, we've been going for 47 minutes, and we've got other things to do tonight.
We do. And we've still got a rank and review.
Yeah, and I'm actually more excited about the other things. No offense, just the other things are very exciting. So let's work out where we want to put it and where we want to score it.
I think because we don't do points.
We don't do points, no, we're round numbers.
Yeah, so it's a 7.
7. Talk me through this.
It's good, isn't it? What have we given?
Well,
what do we call 7?
Pretty solid.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a bit good, innit?
No, it's not a bit good, which is 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bit good, innit? No. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, fuck it. I agree.
Like I don't think there's anything particularly bad about the movie itself. So I'm glad we did do the rewatch because that's what made me see the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
Instead of being annoyed by the way they marketed this movie, actually just taking in the movie for what it is. And I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination.
I agree.
So I think it's pretty solid. It's absolutely fine. I know 7 is not the middle of 10, but yeah, even so. In terms of ranking, shall we?
Let's bring up the fancy graphic again, even though it's somewhat incorrect.
Yeah, it is a bit incorrect. Just envisage Deadpool being at number 15. I think this would
read through it so he can be reminded.
At number 34.
Just want to quickly interrupt to say Jack's reading it because I cannot decipher what those posters are.
At number 34, we have Thor: Love and Thunder.
Love and Chunder.
At number 33, we have. Number 33, we have Thor: The Dark World. At number 32, we have The Incredible Hulk. At number 31, we have The Eternals. So we didn't like it that much. At number 30, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. No, The First Avenger. How dare I say that? At 30, we have The First Avenger. At 28, 29, we have Iron Man 2. At 28, we have Guardians 2. 27, we have Thor 1. At 26, we have Black Panther. At 25, we have Captain Marvel. 24, we have Black Widow. At 23, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. At 22, we have The Marvels. At 21, we have Doctor Strange. At 20, we have Ant-Man. 19 is Multiverse of Madness. 18 is Wakanda Forever. 17 is Iron Man. 16 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. 15... Oh, this is going to be really confusing.
Yes, it's going to get very confusing.
15 is Deadpool and Wolverine. 14 is Guardians of the Galaxy. 13 is Iron Man 3. 12 is Shang-Chi. 11... I'm trying to read and remember at the same time.
Difficult.
11 is Spider-Man Homecoming. 10 is Spider-Man Far From Home. No. Yes. Yes. 9. What?
Yeah, because it will correct
10
itself.
is Far From Home.
It'll correct itself from...
Oh, yes. From here on, it will correct itself. Sorry, that confused the fuck out of me. 9 is Avengers. 8 is Age of Ultron. 7 is Thor Ragnarok. 6 is Spider-Man Far From... No Way Home. There are too many fucking homes. 5 is The Winter Soldier. 4 is Endgame. 3 is Civil War. 2 is Guardians Volume 3. And 1 is Avengers Infinity War. Why was that so difficult? Just to read.
It was confusing. That's why I didn't want to do it.
Just to read and try to subtract 1 from some of the numbers.
We have a problem here.
What?
Because I would actually put this quite low, which I didn't realise until we went through this list. For no other reason than I would far, far prefer to watch any of the Phase 1 movies over this.
Oh, I don't know if I agree. So you put below every Phase 1 movie?
I'd put it directly below Cap 1.
Oh, crazy fucking
But that's only because I would actually prefer to watch the first Avenger than this. Because I think this is an okay... It's difficult, though. Depends on how we're judging it, I guess. Because I think it's a better movie than it is a Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Like if it was called Falcon, Brave New World, I'd put it higher. I think. I know that sounds stupid.
That's real dumb.
My insane brain works.
Yeah, I think that's crazy fucking work.
I'm open to conversation here. You know, I'm not saying that's where it needs to be. Hence why I said we have a problem.
Yeah, I think at the lowest, at like above Thor.
Where would that put it? So that's 26 then, or 27.
It would 27. I could make the argument for higher.
Make the argument for higher.
Well, I just think... I don't know. The problem with then trying to decipher where you'd put it on a list made by committee is we don't necessarily agree with the exact order of things.
Well, yeah. No, that's fine. Make your argument, though.
So I would probably... I don't know how we've ended up with Quantumania above Black Widow. Is a lot of what I feel like.
I feel like it's a better film.
Really? But fair enough. But then again, I'm going off. I haven't watched these since we last ranked them. Yeah. So
I remember enjoying Quantumania way more than Black Widow.
I don't know.
It was carried by it being funny, at least.
Yeah, but so's Florence and David Harbour. Florence Pugh and David Harbour in Black Widow, I think. But yeah, fair enough. But I would, like, off the top of my head, I would probably... It would be above Quantumania, but I wouldn't necessarily put it above Black Widow. But I could make the argument, I'd say, maybe for 25, but would make the conservative put of 27. I think putting it below Iron Man 2 or even Thor. I think Thor is so boring. Thor 1 is so boring. See, Iron Man 2 is, again, the committee thing.
Yeah, because we've discussed in the past that I don't agree with First Avenger being so low. We've discussed that in the past.
Yeah, I think it is crazy low.
Do we think this is better than Black Panther?
In ways.
Because don't forget, we put Black Panther low compared to the general public.
Oh, way low compared to the general public. I think... The general public can't separate it from being important and being good. We've said that before.
Many years. We've discussed every single 26 times. We've discussed.
Yeah. I would probably put it below Black Panther, but I would put it above Thor because Thor's so boring.
Right. So in which case, 27.
Yeah, but I don't know how we ended up with First Avenger being so low. I do remember I'm not that hot in it.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not that hot in it. because all of the good stuff happens in a montage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my. But I don't think I don't know how I ended
I won't
up.
object to 27. I'll accept 27. I think that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I have a really vitriolic hatred for Guardians 2 as well, which a lot of people disagree with, which is how it's ended up there.
I'm happy with 27. I'd actually also be happy with 26. I would happily I think I'd put it above Black Panther as well. It's a weird thing. I'd put it above Black Panther. I wouldn't put it above Cap 1.
Yeah, that's the problem with ranking by committee.
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
is you end up in these weird spots. We could put it above. Well, let's do 27 then and kind of meet somewhere
27
in the middle. Get it closer to Cap.
Cool.
But yeah, Black Panther can win out. I love how we're now ranking the MCU politically.
We have become the very thing we swore to destroy.
Yes, so it goes in at 27. So now we just need to find a free version of Photoshop so we can make the list.
Correct. Unless anyone has a version of Photoshop they want to just give us.
Yeah, that'd be great if anyone wants to or can figure out how to ahoy their way to victory when it comes to Photoshop.
Perfect.
But anyway, that's done. That's been admit one for Captain America: A Brave New World. We have ranked it. We've done our things. We've spoken about the MCU. We haven't done this since Agatha all along. And we didn't talk about Daredevil, and probably good, because I would have gone as red as his suit with rage.
Like the Red Hulk himself.
Indeed. Because there was no show, though, he did get the brunt of it.
I fucking did get the brunt of it, yeah.
I was livid at that show.
I think that was the one I told you off about.
No, you told me off about me hating the Doomsday.
Oh, it was the Doomsday.
It was the Doomsday casting.
thing, yeah.
Because I was also fucking livid about that. I hated it. Every second of that nonsense I was against. But anyway, here we are. Next time will be for Thunderbolts, I presume, depending when it comes to Disney Plus. And depending, I presume we won't be back for Ironheart, even though I'd happily do it. But
depends what the show's like, I think.
yeah, that's fair.
But we've never ranked the shows in the main.
We've never ranked the shows, but we have talked about them all.
For sure.
We've talked about them all, other than Daredevil.
However, before that, we're going to very briefly go away because we need to set some things up. But we're going to be back shortly with an ad hoc rabbit hole show, minus Rich. Just a few tales and exploits of both of our previous travels.
Not so much tales, more from me.
Yeah, well,
There might be tales from you. That's fine.
maybe not tales so much as just things I want to
Things.
show off.
Yeah. When we did it last time, you went as well.
Yeah.
So it's a similar vibe.
Won't be as involved as last time. I haven't gotten as many things.
This is fair.
Really, there's two things I want to show you.
Oh.
One thing, really.
Foxtails. What?
I think it's a throwback comment we were talking about foxes earlier.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So please hold for about 5 minutes, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we need to set a few things up. So we've got to take a pause to set the things up. Otherwise, we would have just kept going, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But we got
we got to do some things.
So
Prep some things.
we're going to end this bit. You can watch an old video of ours, and then we'll be back. Oh, I thought you were going to...
No, I had nothing else to add. I was just waving with my can.
Okay.